Tesla have discounted the prices of their cars again, alongside BYD actually, who did the same thing on the same day. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. If you're wondering who I am, my name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Pattaya in Thailand. I didn't know it was the sex tourism capital of Thailand until about a day before I was set to leave here. I'm here with my boys, Jack and Cal. Shanna right now, she's in Bangkok getting her cancer treatments. So hopefully we see some positive news on that. Lately, things have gone downhill a little bit. They were going really well, but the last week or two have been a bit worse. So I'll update you on how things are going for her very soon. Tesla has cut prices once again in Germany, France, also Israel and Singapore. As it scales up its capacity to produce Model 3s and Model Ys in Berlin, and of course in Texas, and well, in China, all over the world, in fact. Realistically, Tesla hasn't been producing at full capacity at Shanghai. I think there's a good chance that they'll begin doing that this month, more than likely in April and also in May. So why has Tesla reduced prices again? Well, first of all, let's have a look at the discounts and the price you can get an EV for, a Tesla EV for in Europe. It's actually not that different to some other brands' much smaller cars. Before the 3rd of March, the Volkswagen ID3, which is 2 sizes smaller than the Tesla Model Y, the starting price was 44,000 euros. Well, the starting price of the Tesla Model 3, it's less than that. I should point out that Volkswagen did reduce the price of the ID3 starting price, but it's called the Pure model. Pure means basic, meaning it comes with very few features. So most people are not going to want that model. And to be fair, the base model Tesla Model Y, it's much better specified than the base model ID3 Pure. Now, you can argue against that, but that's just simply facts. It's simply reality. Unsurprisingly, Volkswagen did reduce the price from 44,000 euros down to 40,000 euros for the base model ID3 in Germany. It's about that price in France as well. However, now in Germany, you can get a Tesla Model 3 standard range for 41,990, $2,000 more than an ID3. That's 46,000 US dollars, by the way. Model 3 long range, that is now discounted as well. That's $3,300 cheaper than what it used to be, which is a discount of 3,000 euros. The standard range model that got less of a discount, that was discounted by 2,000 euros. So that means the price of the long range Model 3 is now 51,000 euros in Germany. The Model 3 Performance, that was discounted the most, 6,000 euro discount. That now costs only 55,000 euros, which is a performance bargain. It is. It really is an amazing deal for a car with that kind of performance. 55,000 euros. That's $60,600 US dollars. However, in Germany, the Model Y standard range and the Model Y long range saw no change to their price. As you can see, they're selling really, really well, the Model Y in Germany and in Europe, of course. So Tesla went, no, we don't need to reduce the price of those at all. The performance model, they got a big discount. It was discounted by 4,000 euros or 4,400 US dollars. It now costs 61,000 euros. 61,000 euros is around 67,000 US dollars. Like I said, I think it's really an amazing deal, an amazing car for that price. Really, genuinely, I really do think that the performance aspect of these cars is being overlooked. If you look at a comparable gasoline-powered vehicle, something like, say, an Audi RS Q5, one of those sort of cars, they're much more expensive than that. It's about another 20,000 euros in Germany. I think it might be even more than that, but maybe another 25,000 euros. Anyway, the point is, the Tesla Model Y, even then, is much faster than an Audi Q5 performance model, the RS version of that car. So it's quite a good deal. And I think it's going to get a lot of people to reconsider whether or not they buy a performance luxury version of a similarly sized Audi, Mercedes, BMW, even, other competitors as well out there in the market. So in France, the Model 3 standard range and long range both got 3,000 euro discounts. Now the Model 3 is 42,000 euros and the Model 3 long range is 50,000 euros. Model 3 Performance is 6,000 euros cheaper. That one is 54,000. 54,000 for a Model 3 Performance. Amazing. In France, the Model Y standard range and the long range did get a discount. So the standard range is 2,000 euros cheaper and the long range is 2,000 euros cheaper. The Performance is 4,000 euros cheaper. So in France, a Model Y standard range now costs 45,000 euros. A Model Y long range now costs 52,000 euros and the Model Y Performance 60,000 euros. You can see the Model Y across the board is a little bit more expensive. Except for the Performance model, the long range and the standard range models are a little bit more expensive in France than they are in Germany, but the Model 3 is exactly the same price. So the main car that Tesla sells across Europe is the Model Y. Of course, second to that, Model 3, but the main models, of course, are the standard range models. 42,000 Model 3 for both countries and 45,000 for the Model Y in both countries. In other words, both of them are cheaper when you compare them feature for feature versus the ID4. If you buy a comparable ID4 model, it's more expensive. In fact, by about 5,000 euros. In other words, the Tesla Model Y is around 10% cheaper than an ID4, and the Model 3 Performance is pretty much the same price as an ID3. Now, personally, I don't know about you, but I'd much prefer a Model 3 standard range than a Volkswagen ID3 base model, pure. Let me know your thoughts. Which one would you choose when they're both the same price? Obviously, the Model 3 is a significantly bigger car than an ID3. So what about in Singapore? Well, in Singapore, it is the most expensive country on the earth to buy a Model 3 and a Model Y. Prices, however, dropped by 4.3 and 5%. Why is it the most expensive country on earth? Well, it's actually just the taxes they apply to all cars. Any car in Singapore is insanely expensive. It's the reason you see taxis, Mercedes and BMW taxis over there, because the price of the car isn't that significant compared to the taxes you've got to pay, which are absolutely insane. In Israel, the first month of the year, BYD had the best-selling car, the ID3. However, the Model 3 standard range price was discounted by 25%. The reality is Tesla are reducing prices to increase demand. They're making more cars, they want to increase demand. And you got to remember, a lot of people know there's a new Model 3 coming. A lot of people are thinking, I'll wait for the new version. I think when the new version comes out, we'll see a lot more Model 3 sales. But there's definitely some people that'll be waiting for that. However, is Tesla seeing more challenge in the market globally? Absolutely. I mean, BYD just reduced their prices on the same day that Tesla did. These two are fighting it out, but they're also doing another thing, which is really hurting their competition. They're taking market share. And for example, look what's happening in China. Volkswagen said it has these new EV factories. It's opened them up. It's going to sell EVs. It's going to be a big player in the EV market in China. 1 year later, its EV sales are lower than they were last year in China. So then they reduce the prices massively. What happens? It's a race to the bottom. Who will win? Well, the car manufacturers that can sustain this. Remember, who are the car companies with the most debt? Volkswagen, 190 billion, Toyota around 190 billion, General Motors have more than 100 billion, Ford, but a lot of Ford's debt is financial debt, so it's not as bad. Same goes for Volkswagen. A lot of Volkswagen's debt is financial debt, but it's in a much better position in terms of debt versus Toyota, because very little of Toyota's debt is financial debt. However, we're still talking these legacy automakers who have many, many billions of dollars in debt. Whereas their competitors in China, BYD and Tesla, and the US, of course, they have very little debt, and they have factories producing EVs at a much lower price than legacy auto. What does that say for the competition over the next few years? Well, then for a very, very difficult few years. This transition period, it is going to result in bankruptcies, maybe new acquisitions. Maybe some car companies will come along and say, yeah, I'll buy you, thank you very much, and I'll buy you too. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.